Back at it here on a Monday, 11th day of March, 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz, and this is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, our post-daylight saving time show. I'm going to bear through this. I'm going to make it through. I'm just going to make it through. Good to see you on this Monday. Got a lot going on today, busy day today. 34 degrees, obviously because of the time change. The sun isn't up yet. You know, last Friday we had daylight when this show began. It will gradually, of course, come earlier and earlier, but we've made the transition. Sunrise this morning now won't be till 7:20, but we still are gaining about 3 minutes of extra daylight a day. That's what happens in March, and that we like. And the weather, once we get through Thursday, it's going to be unsettled. We're going to have some rain this afternoon and some rain tonight. Then we kind of taper off. On Tuesday will be a little bit of a transition. Bountiful sunshine Wednesday with temperatures about normal, and then we're in for a big stretch of sunny and mild weather, mid-60s by the weekend. A forecast I think you're going to like is coming up. Again, next couple of days, a little unsettled, but we'll take it. We earn our springs and summers around here by slogging through winter, and Mother Nature's going to make us feel pretty good coming up weather-wise. Plus news, sports. Difficult loss for the Kraken on Friday. They're trying to get into that wild card position in the NHL playoffs. They didn't help themselves. They're starting to run out of games. Mixed bag for the Wild. Big victory on Friday. Big loss on Saturday. We'll have highlights. And we'll preview Gonzaga. Both the men and the women play today in their respective West Coast Conference tournaments. We'll have that in sports. And we're going to revisit the interview I did with our friends at Vets Serving Vets, our little trip down to the bunker last week. We visited with Mark Harley, who's one of the founders of Vets Serving Vets. Also Jose Solis, who's the new guy in charge, I guess. And we also talked to Bruce Blevins, who plays guitar with the Glad Song Community Choir. They're doing a fundraiser for Vets Serving Vets. We'll do that interview for you in the back half of the program. And let's begin with our tour. Oh, and by the way, thanks for everybody who dropped by and said hi to us at the KPQ Home Expo. It was good to see you folks out there. Get to be on the other side of that for a little while. The Wenatchee Heights camera checks in, and we had that zoomed out quite a bit. Again, sun's not officially up yet, not till 7:20, but here we go with the longer days. Sunset tonight, 7:02. It's just a lot later. It's not necessarily longer. It is longer, but in any event. So we're going to get to the point here in about 2 more weeks where I'll be going to bed when the sun is still up. Because I get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and so if you get your solid 8 hours of sleep, you got to be in bed by 7:30 or so. I'll get used to it. It may take me a little while, but I'll get used to it. The Tumwater camera up Leavenworth Way. Wow, that is a big change from just a few minutes ago when we had that camera up. We could see Leavenworth, and now we can't. So there's some low clouds and fog, I think, hanging around the Leavenworth area today. I'm sure it will burn off a little bit. They got some clouds there. They got some real low hanging clouds. A little bit of a burn off, and then you're going to get rain too, by the way, Leavenworth later on today. Let's see what Chelan looks like. The lake anyway, well, it looks something like that. Of course, the bathtub is still down. They don't fill it up yet for a while. That's from our lower camera on the Chelan Butte. We have 2 of them. That's the lower camera, which is a little bit closer to the city of Chelan, and a little lower than the one we have at the very top of the butte. But the Omi Garden camera, check this out. Wow, that's pretty cool. Good morning to our friends on the north side of town. Still some snow up in the Mission Ridge area. Boy, downtown was hopping on Saturday night. Of course, they had rails and ales all day Saturday. They had it in the afternoon at Centennial Park and then downtown Wenatchee. I was at the convention center on Saturday night. I had a hard time finding a parking spot. That's a nice problem to have. Anyway, good morning from our Omi Garden camera on this Monday morning. Still not done with the snow. Over the past 24 hours, Stevens has got about 5 inches of snow. Not so much on Snoqualmie and Blewett really didn't get any. But there's one more system, one more round of rain in the valley and snow this afternoon into tomorrow night. And then that's going to be about it, because then the high pressure is going to build up. But if you're traveling over the mountain passes, you are going to be dealing with a little bit more snow, and then everybody is in for some really nice weather from the National Weather Service. Here we go. Clouds this morning, sunshine this morning, clouds this afternoon. By 2 o'clock or so will be pretty cloudy. By 3 it's going to start raining, and it's going to rain from about 3 till about midnight. give or take a couple. As we go deeper in the day, our chance of rain continues, and by sunset tonight, 7 or 8 o'clock, we will be getting some rain. The snow level is going to be about 3,100 feet, by the way, and a high of 47. Keep in mind, our normal high this time of the year is 51. So we'll be below normal today. And again, rain tapers off about midnight tonight with an overnight low of 36. We start transitioning Tuesday. The only big story tomorrow, Tuesday, is going to be wind. It's going to be rather windy on Tuesday. We'll top off at about 50. We should be dry. We should see some sunshine, but as this last system rolls out of here, but it's going to kick up the wind, especially in the afternoon. And then things get really nice. Some wind on Tuesday night, no big deal there, 33 for the overnight low. And then here we go. Sunshine Wednesday, just about normal with a high of 52, and then we start climbing that ladder. Big ridge of high pressure is going to build up, and it's going to park itself over the Pacific Northwest. We go to 56 to 60 to 64. Break out my shorts. I'm loving this. 66 on Sunday. So after a long period of fairly cloudy conditions, the sun is going to return in a big way, and we're going to go from below normal temperatures to well above normal temperatures by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday. I like that. I am ready for Wednesday. Bring it on. All right, that's the weather. When we come back, the news. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Localtel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
That's cool, watching that bird fly by. High clouds, 34 degrees, clouds increasing, rain late this afternoon to about midnight. Sometimes in some locations in our viewing area, it can rain pretty good with more snow in the mountain passes. Breezy on Tuesday, sunshine and a lot of it Wednesday, and we'll be in the mid-60s by this weekend. Bring it on. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A Moses Lake man who admitted making a bomb threat back in 2018 is now charged with the same offense in Snohomish County. 44-year-old Ryan Samuel Palmer was arrested Monday by police in Monroe. Police say Palmer was responsible for a false bomb threat that closed down a portion of Highway 2 through the city and that forced the evacuation of a nearby shopping center. 5 years ago, Palmer pled guilty in Grant County to making a bomb threat and burglary after he was caught with bomb-making materials during a traffic stop in Moses Lake. In that case, he told police he wanted to show how easy it would be to cause a massive explosion at a local agricultural supply factory. Palmer is now held in the Snohomish County Jail on a $50,000 bond. Small brush fire outside of Dryden on Thursday afternoon didn't get going too far because the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department and local agencies were all over that. Chelan County Fire District 6 and other agencies summoned to just after 1 o'clock on Thursday to the 8,000 block of Williams Canyon. That's about 3 miles north of Dryden. No injuries or property damage were reported. The blaze was brought under control shortly after 2 o'clock. The cause of the blaze, we do not know yet. And speaking of fire, the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department wants to shift the way it gets its money. They want to shift away from a property tax levy and towards a new fire benefit charge. Fire Chief Brian Brett says the charge would vary based on a property's size and use, instead of being tied to its assessed property value. If it's approved by a public vote, the fire service charge would reduce the department's levy rate by a third, from $1.50 to just $1 per $1,000 of value. More than 20 other fire districts in the state have already adopted the change. The department's Board of Commissioners will discuss whether to propose to make those changes at their March 13th meeting. The Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce offers lots of perks to its members, including one benefit that happens once a year. This Thursday, the Chamber will host its annual membership banquet at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Our very own Jefferson Robbins spoke with Chamber Director Steve Wilkinson about the event and the role that the Chamber plays in the Valley.
Well, you can expect 600 other friends there. You can expect 55 tables, companies that have chosen to sponsor these tables. It's a pretty amazing event. It's an opportunity to celebrate the community, nonprofits and businesses, but also individuals. It's a great networking opportunity, but it's a really, it's kind of an informal, just time to have fun and just see everybody and celebrate. So you can expect a fun time.
We talk about chambers of commerce. They're important in communities. Almost every community has one. What's a Chamber of Commerce actually do, Steve?
Good question. So a Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit, and it's a membership-based. And a chamber can have a body of nonprofits as well as for-profit businesses. But the purpose of the chamber is to really advocate or champion for the business community and to serve as a voice and to represent those businesses on could be policy matters, it could be issues that are really important to the businesses, and they just need a voice that can speak for them. And we find as a chamber, the greater the body, the more the voice is heard. And it has a greater influence and a greater impact really on decision making. So we really try to be there as the advocate for our businesses in the community.
So your membership businesses, about how many businesses or groups are involved?
Well, right now we have 600 businesses here at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. Not all of them are here in Wenatchee. We have some in Cashmere and Chelan, maybe in Leavenworth, I think, as well. So we really are sometimes considered a regional chamber of commerce.
And how do members communicate with you about what kind of advocacy they need? When you have your regular meetings, are they coming together, businesses saying, I have this problem, I have this question, Steve, what can you do? Is that how it works?
It can. There's many pathways a business can bring issues to us. One, of course, they can just walk in, they can contact us, but we've created some pathways for our members to really get those issues to us. We have an advocacy committee. This advocacy committee is members are our business members, and so they represent many of the industries here in the area, and so they're aware of really what's impacting those industries for those business members, as well as we have a Hispanic Business Council that brings to our attention issues, topics of concern in the Hispanic business community, and then of course our board members. They're generally very engaged and participating in the community, and they bring topics and issues to us to the forefront. We have a lobbyist that works on our behalf who is in Olympia, and he truly brings to us different issues or topics that are being discussed in the legislature. So there are sometimes we're not aware of what our elected officials might be working on, and he will bring to us, which we can then share with our members.
4 organizations are getting together for something pretty cool. The Community Foundation of North Central Washington, the Parent Leadership Training Institute, Our Valley, Our Future, and Thriving Together NCW. They've all partnered to form the Leadership Institute of NCW. And starting this fall, the new institute will launch a 20-session bilingual training program. The sessions will teach personal leadership, advocacy skills, and public policy according to a curriculum developed by the Parent Leadership Training Institute. The sessions will be guided by representatives from over 14 different local organizations. They'll be held at the Wenatchee Valley College. If you're interested, you can register online. And every other year, the journalism program at the University of Montana produces Byline magazine. That's a project written, edited, and photographed entirely by students. And one of those students is Ava Roosevelt. She's a 21-year-old graduate of Wenatchee High School. Her photographs illustrate 3 articles in the most recent Byline. Our very own Jefferson Robbins spoke to her about this year's magazine, which focuses on the mental health challenges facing the people of Montana. She says she's always loved photography, but moved towards photojournalism once she got to college.
Jefferson Robbins with NCW Life. Every other year, the journalism program at the University of Montana produces Byline magazine, a project written, edited, and photographed entirely by students. One of those students is Ava Roosevelt, a 21-year-old from Wenatchee. Joining us right now, her photographs are illustrating 3 articles in Byline magazine. Every story in this year's magazine deals with the subject of mental health and the challenges that are facing the people of Montana. So Ava, thank you for being with us today.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
You are a Wenatchee person. You graduated from Wenatchee High School in what year now?
In 2021.
How did you get into photography as a pursuit?
Yeah, so in high school, I kind of dabbled a little bit in photography. I did lots of portrait work. And then as soon as I got to college, I started learning about journalism and kind of got more into the documentary photography world.
What was it about that world that appealed to you? I mean, a lot of people are very satisfied and do very good work just doing portraiture for people, but photojournalism is a little bit different animal. So what was it that drew you to that?
I think I saw that I could actually make a difference in the world. You know, I could tell people's stories that needed to be told and inspire entire communities. And I think that's really where I fell in love with the journalism side of photography. I also love portraiture still, but I think I'm just a little more driven into, I really want to do international photography and reporting. And so I think I just found my love there.
Now, Byline magazine, again, it happens every 2 years at the University of Montana, a journalism program. Did you go into the field, into each story, working closely with a writer, or were you sort of finding your own way into the story?
Yeah, I worked very closely with writers. 2 of the stories I actually got assigned the week of. So that was definitely, you know, kind of a last minute switch, but I just had to kind of learn to roll with the punches. But it was amazing getting to work one-on-one with writers and sources. And one of our professors was actually Chris Johns, who is editor of National Geographic and was a photographer there for years. And so it was amazing to get to work one-on-one with him and really learn the ins and outs of the magazine world.
Sounds like a good mentor. And the stories that you're pursuing were about, again, mental health, the challenges that people face when they're just trying to access mental health. What do you think you learned from working on these projects? There was a range of topics just about the mental health care system in Montana generally, the suicide epidemic among the Chippewa Cree people, the life of a crisis line worker, somebody who tries to help people on the telephone. This is tough stuff. So what do you feel like you learned from doing this work?
I think I really learned that everywhere in America there's this issue. In every community you can find very similar stories, and that, you know, we really need to draw attention to it, and that's, you know, one of our jobs as journalists. And, you know, just that if this is happening to you, you're not alone, and that it's really a global issue at this point.
When you're working with people in any photojournalistic capacity, but especially on a sensitive issue related to themselves, their health, their families, it can be difficult to try and establish trust with people. So how did you get your subjects to trust you or accept you or be willing to cooperate when you were just trying to take their picture?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one big thing is just spending the time with people, kind of opening up to them about things going on in your own life as well can make people feel more comfortable. On the Rocky Boy Reservation with the Chippewa Cree people, you know, we spent 5 days out there, and half of that was just hanging out with families, going to events. I got to participate in a ceremonial sweat, which was very eye-opening. And I think after doing those things, they could kind of open up to us and, you know, realize that we really are trying to help. And yeah, so I think the biggest thing is just time will bring the trust along with it.
How did you get into photography when you were young? Did it start with just, here's a phone camera, play with it? Did it start with somebody giving you an actual camera? You know, how did you move into the field?
Well, in 8th grade, my parents decided to pull me out of school for 2 months, and we got in a motorhome and we went all across the country. And one of the first things my dad gave me on that trip was a Nikon camera, and I just fell in love with photography. And in, you know, every new state, I would just document our trip and our travels, and me and my dad would actually have photo competitions to see who would get the best picture. And I think after that, you know, seeing that I could take an image of what I was seeing in my life and share it with my friends and family back at home, I really realized that photography is a way to tell a story, and I think that's what I fell in love with.
Was anybody else in your family, like your parents, involved in photography as a pursuit or as a profession?
My dad was really big into it in high school, and I'm actually shooting on his old film camera from high school right now. I just took a black and white photography class and am developing my own film in the darkroom, which I've also fallen in love with. And then I'm pretty sure my grandpa also loved photography as well. So I think it's been passed down for a few generations, and I hope my own kids will love it just as much as I do.
You have to be pretty serious about photography to pursue film photography, darkroom developing. These are all things that are kind of lost arts now.
Yeah, definitely. And it's exciting. I think this new generation that I'm in is really starting to find a love and a passion for photography again, which I think has been, you know, with phones, it's so easy. Anyone can be a photographer, but in photojournalism, you really have to have the drive and the passion to get the work done.
Did you contribute photos when you were in high school, say, to the Apple Leaf? Did you have an instructor who guided you when you were working in photography as a student?
In high school, I was really big into theater and singing. So this is kind of a, you know, before it was a hobby, and then I think I realized in college I actually want to do this for the rest of my life. And so this is kind of my new thing, my new endeavor that I'm going towards. But yeah, I love my professors right now. They've really, you know, changed the course of my life, and they're all amazing.
Ava, you're a senior at the University of Montana, so do you have professional goals for your photography? Do you have a next step that you want to go after?
Yes, this summer I'm going on a reporting trip in Bangladesh, actually. I'm going to be reporting on climate change. I'm very excited for that. And then after that, I've applied to many internships and grad schools. But a big goal would be, I'd love to be a National Geographic photographer one day. So fingers crossed.
Also, your work is on Byline Magazine, a publication of the University of Montana School of Journalism. That's at bylinemagazine.com. People can find the whole series on mental health in Montana there, along with your very impressive photo work. So, Ava Roosevelt, thanks a lot for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
You're watching the NCW Life channel.
And I'm on the NCW Life channel, and that is the news on this Monday. Jefferson and the rest of the crew will be gathering the news for you tonight. And we'll have the newscast on at 5, 6, and 10, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. If that's not the way you consume your news, just as long as you watch us, you can do it on the World Wide Web. Our newscast will be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and on our app. And there is our app. Well, that's not our app. That's how you get the app. That's what you call a QR code. I don't even know what QR stands for. And if you have a news tip, let us know about it. News at ncwlife.com. Sports is 2 minutes away. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select VX and L Series tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for 72 months. Contact your Kubota dealer for details.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Abby says thank you to all the hometown heroes making our community so great. If you know a deserving hometown hero, shoot us an email, hero@abbys.com. Every week, we'll thank some of these heroes with a free giant pizza. Abby's, proud to serve your community. Be a hero tonight. Treat your family and friends to Abby's famous hometown hero pizza. This giant features our classic pepperoni, tasty Italian sausage, and crisp green peppers for a one-of-a-kind legendary flavor. Visit abbys.com for a special pizza at a very special price.
Sports at 26 minutes after the hour. The Winnipeg Jets knocking off the Seattle Kraken on Friday night. The final was 3-0, a very deflating loss for the Kraken. Of course, they're trying to make up ground in the Western Conference playoff chase. The Kraken started the night 6 points behind Vegas. This morning, they are 8 points behind Vegas for the wild card spot, with 2 games against the Golden Knights, by the way, over the next couple of weeks. Cactus League Baseball, the Mariners starting to play pretty good. Of course, the games don't count. On Friday, the Cubs beat them 9-5, but they came right back and beat a split squad Brewers team. On Saturday, 7-5, and then yesterday, lots of home runs. They beat a split squad team from the Giants 8-3. Gonzaga basketball. Well, the men and women are both heading to their respective NCAA tournaments. All that needs to be decided is that they will go as automatic qualifiers. Both have West Coast Conference semifinal games today. The Lady Bulldogs will try for their 24th straight victory. They play at noon. They have a matchup against Pacific. The men play San Francisco tonight at 8:30. Again, they're both semifinal games in their respective West Coast Conference tournaments. The Wenatchee Wild scored 7 unanswered goals, 4 of them coming on power plays, and they cruised past the Tri-City Americans 8-1 on Friday night. Briley Wood led the way. A couple of goals and 3 assists.
And the Wild will get it to neutral ice. Kenta Isagai on right wing, trying to cut to the middle and protect. Kicks the puck to himself and now passes off left circle. Backdoor feed and they score. Jumping up into the attack was Briley Wood, and he takes the backdoor feed as Wenatchee takes a 1-0 lead.
Good follow-up by Wood, goes straight to the net. Hearts hockey.
Skates of the Wenatchee player pinned up along the wall, finally dug free. Sword left point, across to Persofsky, to the middle, Briley Wood, fire, stick save, rebound, scores! Shot and a rebound as Evan Friesen jumps all over it, his 23rd of the year, and Wenatchee takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, big shot from
Gavin over the line, toe drag, long shot, fought off by G, rebound, swing and a miss from Eric Arpin, and back comes Wenatchee, odd man rush, potential 3-on-1, Isagai stops them across, one-timer, they score! Briley Wood gets his second of the game as he rifles it past the blocker side of Lucas Mateka, and the Wild take a 3-1 lead.
Great one-time.
G leaves it behind the goal for Graham Sword, and Sword will start his way ahead. Reverses for Isagai, and now Briley Wood, who's got 3 points on the night. Wood right circle, backdoor feed, and they score! Another early goal for the Wenatchee Wild just 20 seconds into the third. Kenta Isagai on the power play makes it 4-1.
Yeah, Isagai. Good
guy on right wing, skating in right circle, backdoor pass and a good save by Mateka. Rebound picked up by Wood to the blue line. Sword, long wrist shot, scores. Graham Sword let it go from the line. Looks like it was tipped in the slot, and Cooper Miles deflects it home as Wenatchee scores another power play goal.
Really good job away from the play in the region.
Circle fires off the chest of G, and it bounces up the middle for Wenatchee to take off 3-on-1. Arp on right wing gets the pass, has men going to the goal. There's the pass out in front, and they score. A shot over the shoulder of the goaltender Kyle Kelsey, as Wenatchee will pick up another goal and make it a 6-1 game.
Yeah, good setup at the front. No chance for Kelsey.
With Why Not. Bell lost it. Wenatchee's going to take off the other way through center, trying to make it a 3-on-2. Sights looking for the trailer. Shot, scores! Kelsey frustrated with himself on that one as he got a lot of it, but it goes off his arm and into the net as Wenatchee picks up another power play goal and makes it 7-1.
Yeah, that's Bukarts let the shot go, and Kelsey not
to dig the puck free and regain control. in the high slot now. Work it down to McCaggerty on right wing. Blue line feed, Fluker to Young, left circle, Young, backdoor looking for McCaggerty, broken up. Now out in front and they score again. A backhand chance from in tight as Kelsey slid over to the other side, and it's a power play goal for Hayden Moore as Wenatchee makes it 8-1.
That was Friday night. Saturday night, not so much. League leading Portland knocked off the Wild in a rout. The final there was 7-1, so the Wild remain in fourth place in the Western Conference. They have a 2-point lead over Kelowna. The Wild play their final 2 regular season home games this weekend. Spokane on Friday, Portland on Saturday. Then they close out with 4 games on the road and then the playoffs. Wenatchee Bighorn basketball, it was a split weekend for them as well. They beat Emerald City 124-108 at home on Saturday, but yesterday they dropped a 111-107 decision to the Seattle Superhawks. Their next game is at Emerald City on Saturday. Prep baseball from over the weekend. Woodinville came to town and swept both the Panthers and the Wildcats at Rec Park. Woodinville 7, Wenatchee 3 in the first game, and then they turned around and beat the Wildcats a couple of hours later, 2-1 again. Both of those games at Rec Park. Hazen knocked off Moses Lake 7-4. It was Tenasket with a clean sweep. They beat Quincy 6-3 in prep baseball on Saturday, and then they beat Omak 4-2. Prep soccer on Friday. Eastmont scored a lot of goals this weekend. On Friday night, they beat Meade 6-0. Wenatchee and Central Valley played to a 0-0 tie. In non-league games, because they don't count, they don't go to overtime or a shootout, so they just called it even after regulation. And Quincy and Overlake did the same thing. They played to a 1-1 tie. Prep soccer on Saturday, Eastmont scored 7 goals against Central Valley and beat them 7-0. Meade, the Panthers beat the Panthers. It was Meade 2, and Wenatchee 1. Overlake crushed Cashmere 5-0 on Saturday. It was Quincy over Tenasket 4-0, and Chelan and Colville, nobody scored a goal in a non-league game, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 32 after the hour, happy Ramadan. It begins at sunset tonight. It's Labor Day in Australia for your obscure holiday. It's National Oatmeal Nut Waffle Day. I don't know what the hell that is. National Worship Your Tools Day. If you're really into your tools, you're supposed to worship them, I suppose. National Promposal Day. So this is the day you ask somebody out to the prom. It's National Funeral Director and Morticians Recognition Day. It's World Plumbing Day. It's National Wash Your Nose Day. It's National Fill Your Stapler Day. But today, because it's the day after daylight saving begins, it is National Napping Day today. So you put aside an hour to nap to make up for the hour of sleep you didn't get. Most experts say power napping of about 30 minutes every day is pretty good for you. It really increases your alertness by quite a bit. The more you nap, and we mean the healthy kind of napping like that, they say napping every day for just like 30 minutes decreases your risk of heart disease by 37%. That's a big number. 60 million Americans are sleep deprived as we speak, and you're looking at one of them. Just thinking about a nap, by the way, can lower your blood pressure, and most mammals, not all, but most mammals nap. So take a nap today if you get a chance. The day after daylight saving, 33 minutes after the hour. Today in history. In 1888, they didn't have weather forecasting. It was just a guess. Nobody really knew what the weather was going to be the next day. And boy, this baby caught the northeastern United States by surprise, especially New York City. The great blizzard of 1888 basically shut down the eastern seaboard, the northeastern United States. 400 people died because of a blizzard. In New York City alone, they got 40 inches of snow, 50-mile-an-hour winds, single-digit temperatures. It shut the city down. Most people couldn't leave their homes for a week. It just snowed to beat the bejesus, and then it got cold, and it was just unbelievable, and nobody saw it coming. They had a lot of fires. A lot of people died in fires because the fire department couldn't respond to any of the fires because they couldn't get out to fight the fires. There was one good thing that came out of this massive blizzard of 1888. After it was all said and done, everything was cleaned up and the snow melted, they decided to move everything underground. Transportation, they had an above-ground train system. Here comes the subway system. Telephone, telegraph, electricity. They buried it all in conduits under the street so they wouldn't have that problem again. 123 years ago, on this date in 1901, that's John McGraw, who at that time was the manager and one of the owners of the Baltimore Orioles, he announced that he had signed a new second baseman, Charlie Takahoma. Charlie Takahoma will be playing second base for the Baltimore Orioles that year, according to John McGraw, only he wasn't a Native American by the name of Charlie Takahoma. He was actually an African American by the name of Charlie Grant, and he damn near got away with it. He almost broke the color line himself, except Charles Comiskey, the owner of the Chicago White Sox, recognized Charlie Takahoma as Charlie Grant because Charlie Grant, the year before, had played second base for the Columbia University baseball team. And Charles Comiskey says, he's not a Native American, he's African American. Ergo, he can't play Major League Baseball. He tried. The ruse didn't work. That was on this date in 1901. And 83 years ago, it still amazes me to this day that Adolf Hitler didn't declare war on the United States. He certainly had reason to do so. March 11th, 1941, all pretense of neutrality in World War II went right out the window when President Roosevelt signs Lend-Lease into law. Hitler had, of course, taken over Europe. It was all his. It was just Great Britain against the Nazis, and they were buying. They had to buy all of their military equipment that they didn't already manufacture. They had to buy it all in cash, in gold, because of all the neutrality acts that the United States had passed in the previous 10, 12 years. They didn't have any money. Winston Churchill said, hey, FDR, I got nothing here, and if we're going to hold off the Nazis, you got to send us ships and bombs and ammunition, the things that we need to fight them. And he said, okay, we'll just lend them to you. When you're done using them, you bring them back. It was essentially a declaration of war against Hitler, but he just said, okay, whatever. Let's do some birthdays at 37 minutes after the hour. A wonderful Lawrence Welker was born on in 1903. His parents immigrated from Ukraine to the Dakotas in 1892, so only German was spoken in the house. In fact, Lawrence Welk didn't even learn how to speak English until he was an adult. When he was just a little kid, he realized he wanted to be a musician, and he convinced his dad to buy him an accordion from a mail order catalog, and it was $400. Which is over $5,000 in today. It was a huge investment, but Dad bought him an accordion, launched his musical career. The Lawrence Welk Show ran for 31 seasons. It was a wonderful. It's still on today on PBS on Sundays. Lawrence Welk, born in the state in 1903. And Rupert Murdoch, what is he now? I checked this up. He's the 31st richest person in the United States. He's worth $21.7 billion, and he's going to get married for the 5th time. He got engaged last week. He's 93. Happy 93rd, Rupert. Going to take a break, but before we do so, special thanks to our friends at Alpine Air, our platinum sponsor for heat and air. Call Alpine Air's Pool to Spa Services. You know, it's going to be sunny and mild this weekend. You're going to start thinking about maybe getting yourself a pool. You want to give them a call. Of course, you'll need pool and spa chemicals. They take care of you there. And Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, one of our top sponsors here on the NCW Life channel. Mike Minotti's got an opinion, and then Mark Harley, Jose Solis from Vets Serving Vets, and Bruce Blevins from Glad Song will be joining me. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock. But when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
getting there. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, there's a new advertising scheme some local businesses have been using, but hiring famous people to promote their business. And this has questionable success in my mind. But hey, do what you want to promote your company. I'll salute, okay? If you want to hire some well-known jamoke who doesn't live here and never been here to advertise for you, go ahead. Congratulations. But one thing you better do if you have any chance of having these ads taken seriously, make sure they pronounce the name of our town correctly. It's Wenatchee, not Wenatchee. I mean, good grief. I mean, how hard is that? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Culinary Apple is North Central Washington's premier kitchen store with everything you need to elevate your own culinary experience.
A walk on Wooden Avenue wouldn't be complete without a stop at the Chelan Chamber of Commerce. There you'll find all the information you need about local businesses, events, and activities across the entire Chelan Valley.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
We are back here helping out our good buddy Mark Harley, vets serving vets here at the bunker in the Harley Center, not named after Mark, although it should be. You called me, Mark, late last week and said, Dan, can you help us out? And I said, Mark, anything for you. You know that.
Yeah.
You know I love you guys and what you do here. So first of all, you called me, so why am I here?
We've got a couple of events coming up. Hang on. We got a couple of events coming up. I thought we'd get some airtime, get them out there so people know we're doing it.
Yeah,
we need money.
These guys need help. For the uninitiated, I know all about vets serving vets. Give folks a little rundown of what you do and why you're doing it here while your phone rings. You want me just to answer the phone?
No.
Say Kelly, I'm sorry.
She ought
that's
to be
busy."
smart enough. Kathy. Well, we need money to keep an ongoing deal going, helping people. And so we're having a fundraiser, and then we're also having a Veterans Appreciation Dinner. And this gentleman's more in charge of both of those. But it's an ongoing deal. If somebody comes in today and needs money, we always have to have some money to keep going, and we have to beg, and that's what we're here for.
How does one become a member of Vets Serving Vets?
You walk in the door.
That's about as easy. That's the easiest initiation.
Yeah.
Kathy, he's busy.
Stop.
That's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's it. It's easy to. We got him. Walked in the door and put him to work. We need more younger vets too, and
and let's talk about that. We talked about that last time you were on the show. You're a Vietnam veteran.
Yeah.
And a damn good one at that. And then we didn't have anything going on actually, militarily speaking, until the early 1990s. But even with the Gulf Wars, the subsequent Gulf Wars in Afghanistan and what have you, the younger veterans returning just aren't really involving themselves.
Well, I think it's all
in many respects. So a lot of it, they just don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, I think the same thing happened when all of us came back from Vietnam and different places in that time frame. You don't want much to do with it. You're out of the Army, you say goodbye, I'm out of here. And then down the road you start. I walked in a parade with my dad and Judge Lynch and a few of the other World War II guys. And that kind of started moving me into a little bit of a system, trying to do stuff. And then 15 years ago, I got pretty detailed and going doing it. So here we are.
And you need money. How are you funded now? Just general donations from the public?
Check, yeah. People, money coming in the door.
Okay.
This whole valley has been very supportive of us to be able to do what we do for 15 years and still have a little bit of money in the bank. But you never know. We got a call this morning from a guy that needs some housing for a while. He's having cancer surgery and stuff. So there it goes.
You've helped people out with food. I remember one time you told me you and a bunch of volunteers built a wheelchair ramp, I believe, for somebody one
Several.
time.
We put up, I don't know, probably 10 ramps for different people. We have a food bank. We have cars that we've been given to us to give away to people. You just never know.
The need is always going to be there.
The need is always there.
So we have the new Vets Hall not far from where we're standing, as a matter of fact, just down the road. Are you guys in communication with one another?
Yeah, they come over here, we go over there.
Okay.
Yeah, Jose ran over there this morning, didn't you? Yeah.
But your coffee is better than theirs,
Yeah,
right?
well, no, ours is crappier. We got the best free coffee in town. Has been.
Mark, how about people who they want to give you a hand? I don't have a lot of money, Mark, but I can help out other ways, either by volunteering their time or just saying, I got stuff I don't need. You want to have it? You can sell it, stuff like that. How can people help you out who don't exactly have the deepest of checkbooks?
Just have to walk in the door. Just sit and talk's fine. I don't care. We don't require of anything. And we have a lot of people that just come down and sit. We're happy today. This gentleman came down from Brewster.
Oh, good for him.
He got burned out a few years ago and hooked up with him, and he came down today, so yeah.
Bring a few bucks so you can lose some money in dominoes or cribbage, and that's about it?
Yeah, no gambling.
That's about it. Before we got on to this gentleman, how did this gentleman land on your radar?
He walked in the door.
As simple as, is that true?
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah, you were with Billy, weren't you? Yeah.
About 8 years ago, I came from Chicago right after the military. Chicago was my home growing up, but wasn't home after the military because bigger city. So decided to move somewhere where there wasn't that many people.
Well, you found it.
I did. I did.
I don't blame him leaving Chicago.
And in Chicago, there's a few vet centers that the VA provides, and that's where I found peace, with myself, being around other veterans, talking to other veterans, and getting to Wenatchee. This was as close as a VA center. I walked in, they welcomed me with open arms, and ever since then, I've been part of this organization.
You've been a lot of help.
And it's good to have some young people, nothing against you, Mark, you're young at heart, but this is what you were talking about for a long time. You need an injection of fresh blood, my friend.
Yeah, we need somebody that can do the work, the physical. Yeah. I'm one of the average age in here, I'm 76, so there's not a lot of effort in this group, but these young guys step up.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service, that's fantastic. What are your plans to keep this a vibrant, going concern?
Well, my military career, I was planning on doing 20 years, but unfortunately it got cut short. But my time for service continues, and being part of this community, it's one of them. So planning on keeping organizations like this and other, veteran organizations here in the Valley open for the need that this community has. There's a lot of need in this community. As small as it is, there's a lot of need. And having these organizations open for veterans that can just walk in and have a cup of coffee, talk to other veterans, that's a big help. So that's what I'm here, to keep that service going. And I'm more than willing to continue that.
I take it the Valley has been welcoming to you? I hope so.
It has.
Good.
It has.
Good.
He hung around long enough, he got elected president of this organization.
See what happens? You see what happens? He's a very persuasive guy. They got two significant fundraisers coming up. We're going to talk about the first one first, and then we're going to bring in the guy who runs Glad Song, great singers, in just a little bit. Talk about the Veterans Appreciation Dinner. I'll let you touch on that.
Veterans Appreciation Dinner is just an appreciation dinner to all the veterans here in the community. It's open to any veteran that served. It's just a way of showing them, a way of saying thank you for their service and all the sacrifices that they went through. We really don't raise funds during that event. It's just us, providing a meal to our veterans and their families.
Well, you should. You should pass the hat. You'd be amazed what could happen.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, and that is on that is Friday, April 5th at the National Guard Armory on 5th Street by Wenatchee Valley College. Check that out. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the big fundraising event that's coming up on the last day of June of this summer with some really talented vocalists, and that means Mark won't be in it. Yep. And we'll do that when we come back.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
We are back. We talked about the big appreciation dinner in April. June 30th is a day you want to circle on your calendar because Gladsong will be singing their hearts out, and I mean singing their hearts out. I've seen these folks perform. Phenomenal vocal group. You've actually never been on the show. Introduce yourself to our television family.
I'm Bruce Blevins. I'm in charge of sound production and play guitar and sing in Gladsong, and we really are looking forward to doing something for our local veterans this year. We try to schedule 10 to 12 concerts each year, and all of the money that we raise in these concerts go directly to the organizations. We don't keep any of the money for any of our...
You don't charge at all?
We don't charge at all. So 100% of what we raise goes to that charity. We've done events for the Hope Care Clinic, for the rescue missions, for food programs, for Omi Gardens. It's just whatever the need. You know, when somebody contacts Gladsong, we look and see if it meets our criteria. And if it does, then we try to set up a concert. And we play a lot of churches because churches let us use their venues for free. So we don't like to spend money to rent a place when we have places that we can play and put on concerts for free. And so we were looking really forward. I play golf with one of the guys from the bunker, and so when we got to talking about raising money for the bunker, it fell right in our wheelhouse of what we like to do. So we're looking forward this year to adding a veterans organization to our concert list.
Is it a hard sell for your organization? Because there's probably nonprofits knocking on your door. Please come play for us so we can raise some money.
Yeah.
You have to be somewhat selective.
We do. First of all, you know, we don't like to do organizations that have a lot of overhead. We want the money we raise to go directly to the people that need the help. So that's one of our key criteria for accepting a concert. But we really try not to turn anybody away, because it's what we love to do. We love to sing and play. And, you know, when this organization was developed, it was developed for a way to help people. And so we get to do two things. We get to raise money for local charities. And honestly, living in this valley my whole life, I didn't realize there was such a great need for so many organizations until we started doing this. And we've only been doing this for 2 years, and we've raised a lot of money has been raised through this avenue for local charities throughout the valley. So,
and you have so much fun. And you guys are having a good time.
That's one of the criteria for joining Gladsong is you've got to have fun, and we do. And we range our ages from their 30s to, we have a gentleman that's 82. So, you know, we are a broad spectrum of characters, and we have a good time, and we hope that when people come that they enjoy the show, because we do music that ranges from, you know, the Wizard of Oz to Alanis Morissette, so and the Doobie Brothers and James Taylor and everything in between. So you're going to get something you've probably heard in the concert.
How you doing for membership?
We're doing good.
Okay.
We're pretty booked up. We kind of have a limited number because of riser space, and you know we have a stage size we like to stick to, you know, with the equipment that we use, the guitars, the keyboards and stuff, and then 30 singers, you know, we try to keep our footprint to a certain size. But we could use another base, but other than that, I think all of our choral parts are pretty full right now. We've added a couple over the winter, and last Sunday was our first rehearsal. So everyone in the group is really excited about this Veterans concert coming up, and we scheduled it right before the 4th of July.
Great idea. Great idea. June 30th at the Armory on 5th Street. It's just by donation. They'll pass the hat around. Be prepared to have a good time. Can you come and see me on a regular basis? Keep us nothing against Mark Harley. Everybody likes Mark, but quite frankly, you're much more attractive than Mark.
I can do that.
Can you do that?
I can do that.
I'd appreciate it.
And
happy singing, my friend. I'll let you have the last word. Go ahead.
Also, for that concert, we're looking for organizations out there that can donate. We're doing a silent auction. If there's companies out there that want to sponsor, that event, that'd be awesome as well. And just for all the veterans out there, if they're out there, they need help, seek help, because it's well needed.
There you go. Vets serving vets in the Harley Center here in Wenatchee. Used to be the bowling alley. Then it burnt down. That's another story altogether. Happy singing.
Thank you.
And don't be a stranger, all right?
I won't.
All right.
Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
I chose Pinnacles because they give you a lot of opportunities for really fun field trips and activities.
It's a smaller school, so you feel more connected to other people.
My favorite thing about Pinnacles is definitely how we got to choose our elective.
I learn at my own speed. It's a place where people can be who they want to be, and they show that by using their epic values.
We choose Pinnacles because the staff is accepting.
My name is Anna Marie. I've lived at Prestige here for 6.5 years, and I love it. They just made you feel so welcome. I love my room. I get 3 meals a day, do as I darn well want to. I've loved it ever since I moved in.
Mom's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She deserved the very best, and I got it for her here at Prestige.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen to the bath to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters, from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Well, it must be Monday. This is a live program, folks. We fly by the seat of our pants. It's still 34 degrees. We haven't moved much temperature-wise since this show began. We are in, once we get going to Wednesday, and especially this weekend, some fantastic weather. You're going to love it. It's going to be impossible to stay inside, but we got to get there first. Right now, we have some high clouds, but we are seeing some rain heading our way. From the National Weather Service, one more look at your forecast. Rain basically from about 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon till about midnight tonight. The heaviest rain will be right around 7 or 8 o'clock this evening. We'll top off at about 47 degrees. Then, of course, rain overnight tonight, spilling a little bit into Tuesday. The big thing tomorrow is going to be the wind. It can be quite breezy on Tuesday, with quite a bit of sunshine, high of about 50. Then we start seeing high pressure build over the region, and we're going to be in the 60s by the weekend. I'm liking that. That's it for us. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we want. We want to feel good. Hey, I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson, and today on the show, we'll be visiting with Brett McDonald. Brett is a longtime counselor, martial artist, author, and she's also the founder of Dragonfly,